Where is insulin produced? It's produced in the pancreas. Insulin is produced in the pancreas. So, when we were in medical school, we learned this way. Diabetes is a disease that caused by the inability of insulin to produce. We learned this way and know this way. After a while, graduated from medical school, that's not the way. Most of diabetic patients produce insulin is normal and go well. But the door won't open. Why? We are confused. It's happened like this. And what I'm talking about today is adult diabetes. Adult diabetes. In the case of adult diabetes, most of insulin produces almost normal. But when insulin production is insufficient to cause diabetes is juvenile diabetes. In case of young children, it can't be produced. Why isn't it produced? An autoimmune phenomenon occurs. I can't talk about the autoimmune phenomenon at this time. It's very fun to study. Getting diabetes between kids and adults totally different. And when I say this, someone says, Doc, I have a question. What is it? In case of adults diabetes giving insulin shots, the door is open. So the sugar enters the mitochondria. What happened to the blood sugar? It's falling down. As if the lack of the insulin, you can misunderstand that you can fill it up with the insulin, giving a shot and open the door. But it's not that way. It turns out that an adult diabetic patients need an insulin shot too. They need it, but why? So, searching for that, the doorbell is dull. The doorbell is strangely dull. I mean, the old elevator is kind of dull. It's dull. So it became dull. So what happened against the insulin? It occurred resistance. Which one? The doorbell. In the present time, they started to explain this way. So they started to say insulin insensitivity. And we doctors used this word. What happened with diabetic patient's doorbell? It developed resistance to insulin. We said this way, and people asked then, why occurred resistance? We don't know that yet. So scientists think about why the doorbell has resistance to insulin. They researched very hard and finally found out something important. What is it? It's interesting, isn't it? What it is? Something is covered on the doorbell. The cover is covered, so it's dull. So normal insulin won't work. So a door elevator needs to be hit hard. Giving the insulin and keep it hitting hard. Finally, the door opened a little bit and closed again. We learned that the insulin resistance is ultimately due to the cover, folks. The cover wasn't there, but appeared. You know what I mean? It wasn't there, but appeared. Why did it appear? This cover is a special protein. There is no cover for the healthy people. Diabetics have covers. Why do they have covers? Inside of this, there is a gene that make a cover. It used to turn off, but now on. Healthy people don't need covers. So the gene is always off. Then folks, even though you don't know, the gene does to turn on and off itself. It seems like it. But in the fact, it doesn't do itself. The life speed do that. So, there is something that knows everything and exists. So, scientists learned about these genes. The term spatial intelligence is used. Or cosmic intelligence, or cosmic consciousness. All of these things do precisely in our unconsciousness without we recognize that. So we have to say that we have a universal intelligence, right? So you can say that the source of life spirit is universal intelligence, right? However, this gene, I don't know that I need it or not, but the necessity of that, the life spirit comes and make it work on and off. Let me show you an interesting picture. It's very interesting, folks. Science magazine's cover. Cover on October 19th, 1999. Scientists have seen amazing scenes. What is it? They are squatters living in the desert. This snake is a poisonous rattlesnake. These snakes eat this squatter naturally. This is a staple food. And the poison is way too strong, even human can die. But when squatters are beaten, they died instantaneously. But they were beaten today, they wouldn't die. Scientists watched that, but they wouldn't die. How could this happen? They wouldn't die. It's even lucky that they wouldn't die, and I don't know why, but they have got to try to beat rattlesnakes. Snakes ran away. Why is that? This doesn't happen normally. It happens when squirrels give birth and raise cubs. It's necessary, isn't it? They have to live, so they need it. So, it happened like this. The program that the cells of squirrels was input which substance of snake's toxin to detoxicate is clicked by the life spirits and works. Then Does it damage to snakes, folks? No, it doesn't damage to the snakes at all. If the snakes ate the squirrel today, the snakes are damaged, right? If this goes on, squirrels become extinct, then the snakes become extinct. This is good for squirrels and snakes. It's good for both of them. And it should happen like this, good for them and good for whom? It's also good for human. Why? What happens if the squirrels die and the snakes die? The human get damaged or not? The ecosystem collapses. In this universe, some power maintains the ecosystem and send spread. Some kind of intelligence exists. This spirit is wonderful, right? So it happens like this, and it's not necessary. For example, how should I say the population or squatter population? This phenomenon won't happen again when the squatters are too many to breed, right? Why? Because there is no need. The genes react to the needs. Then let's look at the cover. This cover. What do scientists call? It's called resistant. What do you mean by resist? It's resist. Then attach IN. This is from insulin, the substance that resists the insulin. So it's called resistant cover. Got it?